So what you've got here is the XVA-1 now, with some menu control, and currently it's in whole mode where both XVA-1s contain the same patch. Actually what I do is I take the patch from the upper XVA-1 and send it across to the lower XVA-1 without writing it, so it's just temporarily in the XVA-1. So basically both XVA-1s have the same sound, and if I turn any of the editor controls here, any of these, then I actually write to both upper and lower patches at the same time, so they follow each other, but only in whole mode of course. So that's basically how that works, and that gives me a 64 voice polyphonic with editing. Then I can push the menu button and it goes into dual mode, and basically defaults to patch 1 in the lower mode, but so I can change a patch on the upper mode, say whatever I want, say XVA-1 super pad, because that's quite nice, and I can push the lower button and I can change the pad patch on the lower panel, brass in hell. So I've got two sounds now. Now low mode is selected, so any editing will be on the lower mode. If I drop that, then any editing's on the upper mode. So that's a 32 note patch. Expressive. I love the smoothness of the XVA-1s, and if you've got two of them together, it's really nice. Of course you can set the volume of each one, so I can increase the upper volume so the brass is louder. If I push lower, I can decrease the volume of the lower sound, so it's not quite as in your face. And then you've got split mode, so if I push menu again, changes to split mode, and it shows you the split note there. Currently it's C4, so lower sound, brass in hell, upper pad sound, super pad. Now I can change that note if I push and hold, and then it tells me it's waiting for a key. So if I change key to C3, it's now split mode is C3. Lower down, and that's saved in memory for next time as well. And when I do eventually build performances, that will go into the performance mode. If I push menu again, it comes out of split mode and goes into whole mode. So the last patch, super pad. Is right across the keyboard again, because it actually reloads the upper patch and sends it to the lower patch as well, so puts it back to where it was. So the menu button currently just scrolls around the modes, and the holding the menu button allows you to set upper and lower, the split point. I want to build some performances, but I'm a bit short of buttons and actually space to put buttons. I guess I could put two more here and here, but that would need a new front panel, and also my PCB really isn't set up for it at all. So I don't know really what I'm going to do to get any more buttons. I could use the encoder a bit more. This really isn't my menuing system, it's what was provided. by MacMannes when he designed this, and I've basically edited it, so I'm not fully familiar with it. I'm just trying to make the most of what I understand about it. But we'll see. At the moment, I quite like it. It's very simple inside. There's actually nothing to it. There's just two XVA-1s and a little mixer board there. I've got one MIDI in, two MIDI outs, one for each one, so you can do sys dumps, and a MIDI through and a pair of stereo outs. And below that are some control voltages inputs and SPDIF outputs if you want digital out. And the power supply, look at that little tiny little power supply, because it takes absolutely no power at all. The main hardware is the controller, which is sandwiched here. I've got a Teensy 4.1 up here, lots of encoders and MCP boards, a little regulator, and that's about it really. So there's not a lot to it. It's a very simple synth.